Hey everyone, in honor of the new movie that came out recently, I'm going to be ranking the Mortal Kombat movies. Or at least the 4 that I've seen. I'm sure there are some obscure ones I haven't. And I have seen Mortal Kombat Legacy and it was awesome, but I'm not going to be including it because it's a web series, not a movie. I apologize in advance for any names I might butcher. Number 4 is Mortal Kombat Annihilation. This movie is a train wreck. The plot makes the first movie look like a masterclass in screenwriting by comparison. The fight choreography is fine, but the cinematography and editing are amateur at best. God! There are a couple bits of CGI that aren't awful, but for the most part it's just horrendous. Honestly, the less that's said about this movie, the better. It's terrible. The score is 0.5 out of 5. Number 3 is Mortal Kombat 1995. What does it say that this is one of Paul W.S. Anderson's best movies? That's not rhetorical, I'm actually asking. Unlike its sequel, this movie is at least entertaining enough to make up for its flaws. Or, well, most of them.
Welcome!
The writing is a mixed bag. The dialogue is good, and a lot of the humor holds up.
Jax, this is Sonya. Do you copy?
While you're at it, why don't you call my agent?
Do I look like your secretary? The hell are we?
Do I look like your travel agent?
Fine.
On the other hand, the plot is thin, and there are some back-to-back scenes that have just no connective tissue between them, no transition, just scene. The main characters are fleshed out pretty well, but they don't get much development. Sub-Zero and Scorpion's backstories have been forgotten, and they have been reduced to being Shang Tsung's minions. Speaking of which, Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa is easily the best part of the movie. He is perfectly over the top as Shang Tsung, and he's clearly having a lot of fun in the role. On the other hand, Christopher Lambert was seriously miscast as Raiden. I like him in Highlander, but as Raiden, he just doesn't work. My score is 3 out of 5. Number 2 is Mortal Kombat 2021. I fucking love this movie. It's not great, but it's entertaining as hell. The writing, acting, action, and kills are all better than the original film. I love that they actually tried something different with the plot. This time, Shang Tsung is tired of having to deal with the tournament, so he's just killing all of Earthrealm's fighters before the tournament even starts. Which technically isn't forbidden, and even if it was, the Elder Gods are too lazy to stop him. Which, yeah, I buy that. And yeah, that's totally in character for him. Speaking of which, Ing-Chin Han is excellent as Shang Tsung. He's like just as great as Tagawa, but for different reasons. Tagawa gave an over-the-top performance in an over-the-top movie. Ing-Chin Han gave a mostly serious performance in a mostly serious movie. Their performances fit the tones of their respective movies. The rest of the acting is solid too. Hiroyuki Sanada and Joe Talzin are both great despite their limited screen time. And the final fight is arguably the best fight in any of these movies.
Get over here! I 地獄からお前を殺しに蘇った。
Louis Tan, Jessica McNamee, Tadanobu Asano, Ludi Lin, and Max Huang are all great. I also really dig a lot of the changes they made to the story and to the characters. I like that Liu Kang is just this chill monk instead of the chosen one with a stick up his ass. Like, I like both versions of the character, but I like that they did something different. I love that Bi-Han is actually responsible for killing Scorpion and slaughtering his people instead of it being trickery by Quan Chi. I love Reptile's more animalistic design. And also the CGI looks way better than the CGI in the first movie, which is true of literally all the CGI. Also, Kung Lao's buzzsaw hat kill is probably the best kill in any Mortal Kombat movie.
Flawless victory.
My score is 3.5 out of 5. Finally, my number 1 is Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge. I can't find any information on this movie's budget, but considering it was a direct-to-video release, I'm assuming it was relatively low, so considering that, the animation looks pretty damn great. This might edge out the new movie for the most violent Mortal Kombat movie simply because of the X-ray view we get with some of the brutal hits. It's pretty awesome. This movie actually goes the most in-depth with Scorpion's backstory, and I love it. Scorpion is awesome. Like the original movie, most of the humor is great. I love that in this version, Johnny thinks that this is an acting gig, and Raiden just lets him believe that. Because his journey is one of discovery, and also I find it amusing. And then Baraka tries to kill him, and Johnny finally figures it out.
Oh, hey, how's it going? That is one hell of a costume. Are we live? Like you want to do this now? Whoa, buddy. Pro tip. Next time, pop a few mints. Whoa! Go easy! We haven't even run past! Hey, asshole! That was custom! Dick! And barrel!
Speaking of which, I love that they actually switch up who fights who in this version. Johnny fights Baraka, Sonya fights Reptile, Liu Kang fights Goro this time. That was pretty cool. Honestly, this might be the best movie based on a video game ever. It's top 3 for sure. My score is 4 out of 5. Hey everyone, let me know what you think. What's your ranking? Like and subscribe and all that. If you don't like the video, subscribe anyway so you can tell me how bad my other stuff is. That's all for now. Stay safe in these crazy times.